Have you ever dreamed of winning a big poker tournament? You know you have. And if you've gotten this far in this series, you're not far from being there. But it could be the bubble. It could be getting close to that time where you're either in the money or you're out. And you have to know what to do because it ain't easy. But our pros will tell you their tips, there's tricks, there's strategies. They'll reveal all to make you into a winning player.
Joining Jesse May in the studio are poker pros Noah Bokan and Tony G, and offering a unique insight into the game, the legendary Mike Sexton.
Every poker tournament has a winner, a champion. Every poker tournament also has some poor soul who finishes on the bubble, who's one away from making the money. Sadly, somebody's going to be there. Let's not make it be you.
You want to win a poker tournament. You've learned a lot so far. Early play, stealing the blinds, big stacks and short stacks. But now it's getting serious. You're on the bubble, and the next one out gets no money. To take us through this most fragile of tournament moments are our experts here to reveal all their secrets, Tony G and Noah Bokan. Well, guys, we're going to talk about the bubble tonight. Now, Noah, what is the bubble? Why is it important?
The bubble is the moment where you get into the money or into the next round. So that's what you're playing for. You're playing to go through, and it's where the tournament goes to the next stage. So some people play very careful. Other people don't play careful and just play straight on. But that's the moment where you define the tournament for you.
I mean, it seems like one of the biggest differences between a professional and an amateur is how they either think about the bubble or how they play the bubble. Tony, how do you think about the bubble?
I think it's a great opportunity on the bubble to build your stack. And I'm really aggressive at the situation. People are waiting, and you can really punish them.
Well, we're going to look at a few clips about bubble play. A lot of them involve you, Tony. Now, in these particular bubbles, most of them are four-handed, and it was a situation, wasn't it, where the top three spots all got to go to the final table. The fourth place got nothing.
Right, right.
So let's have a look at a bubble play, and I think in this first one, it's just gotten four-handed. Who's the most dangerous at this table?
It's Tony Bloom, no doubt about that.
Pass.
Liam Flood just wants to make the final.
You should raise me.
And the other guy is Robert Tronzo, who was an amateur player at this time. Two fives, and Tony G raises it to 16,000.
Tony Bloom.
Tony Bloom does, excuse me.
I should protect my blinds most of the time.
Re-raise, all in.
You've moved straight all in with a 7-4.
No hesitation. It's just, I just know now Tony Bloom cannot call. We've got like similar stacks, and for him to call and gamble is just mathematically wrong. And
even ace-king, do you want to put the whole tournament on risk?
Strategically, he's just a good player. I know that the card's alive, so I'm not worried if he has an ace-king. That's fine. If he has an ace, I know that they're both pretty live, so if I get unlucky and he calls me, well, that's fine.
I've got an ugly hand.
I mean, it's a pretty advanced play, Noah, isn't it? I mean, or is it?
It's tough. You still have to, you have to make the play. But Tony is crazy enough to risk all his chips, but he knows Bloom can call almost, maybe he calls 1 in 20.
And is this a play that you wouldn't make if it wasn't a bubble, if it was a winner-take-all situation from here?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And if it wasn't Tony Bloom is going to raise so many hands there. Like if it was the guy in seat 4, Tony would have probably folded. It just depends who you're playing against.
Well, I'm just wondering there. I mean, it was a big re-raise all in. Is that because if you make a small re-raise, he might get his chips in first?
Yeah, if I make a very small re-raise, you can come over the top again and then I have to drop the hand. Yeah. I'm just going on instinct that I think I can win this hand. I think it's so very likely that he'll just drop it, and I just make the move.
Let's look at the next hand, which has this Robert Tronzo in the big blind. And he's basically losing chips here. He's very short-stacked. And under the gun, Tony...
It doesn't... Position is not that important now. I'm just...
Pass.
Yeah, sometimes you can fold a hand.
If you think that a player is so short-stacked that he might have to gamble with a lot of hands, is there a timing about that?
The thing is, it just depends how much of your chips are in there in the big blind. Like, if like 20% of your chips are in there or 30%, then any hand calling.
You guys are all waiting for me.
But he's still waiting. He's waiting. Yeah.
He's lost a lot of chips, though.
Yeah, he's no chance to win the tournament. He's still a chance to win the tournament, but his chances are so small now because he just blinded out.
That's the thing. When you get in a state of mind that I don't want to go out, I don't want to gamble, and I just want to make the final, that's when you're in trouble.
Some of the toughest players in the world, it gets to the bubble of the World Series of Poker. There's $1 million at stake, and even they can feel the pressure, don't they?
This is the time to be overly aggressive.
Yeah, because over time, if you do it 100 times, you'll come out way ahead by playing hands and just folding to make a little money.
That's how you get the chips across the line. You say 100 times if I do it.
Like it's just mathematically it's the right play.
Well, let's look at Tronzo. He's getting himself in a lot of trouble here, and he may be running scared. This is Tony Bloom applying pressure under the gun.
We have people that can make American football
And
that play Australian rules.
it's no hand really, but is this situational if he raises?
You know?
20,
Yeah, it's just a play. There's just nothing to think about. I mean, Robert should have had the money in 5 seconds ago. I mean, it's just going in quickly. It's not. There's nothing to think about.
Because he knows he's likely to be in a good spot.
Yeah, he's likely to be ahead. Like he's in a dominating hand right now. This is just terrible.
Tony, I hope I have a hand that's appetizing. That's close, man. I got to look at double.
Bloom's going to win that pot, but it just seems like there's a story of Tronzo here. I mean, he's very outclassed here. I mean, Liam Flood is not playing aggressive here, but does he have enough chips not to play aggressive? And
yeah, Liam Flood's a very cautious player, and he did pretty well. He does pretty well. That's his style, but he's not silly. I mean, if you have 2 7s and you're the lowest stack on the table and an aggressive player raises, I mean...
You have to take your chance.
Well, he's just not mad. He's just the worst player in the world, and he's giving himself the least chance because likelihood of getting anything better than that is very slim. Maybe like 30%, maybe 20% to get a better hand.
He gets a better hand in 2 rounds. If he doubles, he's back where he was 2 rounds before, so it's not going anywhere. Take your shot as long as you can still double to a nice stack instead of just doubling and just still having 2 blinds. It's not going to get you anywhere.
well, it's funny Noah should say that because let's see when Robert Tronzo finally does start to make his move. But he's under the gun here, but his stack is so low. Now, that's a premium hand. But all of a sudden, I guess he doesn't really have enough to make somebody have as tough a decision as they could.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has a decent hand now, they're going to call him.
They're going to call him, and he's going to double to 100,000. While with the 7s, if he would have put it in, he could have had, like, if he wins then, 160,000.
Going all in.
It's all flips, you know, if you get called. If you don't get called, you just live another round, but he's not playing many hands, so...
That's a good play, though.
Yeah, you have to put it in.
It's certainly preferable to calling.
Yeah, if you call, that's terrible. That's someone in with Jack 5. They're not in that bad of a shape to hit something.
64,000 in total.
My age.
Are there any players who would have folded that king-queen there?
No,
I don't think so.
You never know.
You can always find someone. I mean,
you guys have a lot of people on those videos, so I don't
you
know.
can find someone folding ace-king in that position.
But I mean, it is a lot of pressure. There's a young man. This is his first time on TV.
But if it's between the 4 of you and their stacks keep growing, you must realize you have to do something because you're going to be the one out. There's not another table where someone gets knocked out and you make the final. It's about those 4.
Well, we've seen Tronzo been playing very tight, and I mean, is that the kind of thing that you're going to pick on, Tony?
Oh, yeah. If I see people are tight, I'm going to be attacking hard, and I'm going to just keep hammering away.
And sometimes tight players go out in the bubble too. Let's see what happens.